What is $6 million worth to you? Your dignity, your pride, your family? Today we're diving into a situation so unbelievably greasy, it's gonna make you want to scrub your skin with steel wool and a bucket of bleach. This is the story of a woman named Erin Whitaker. Back in 2002, Erin was a 26-year-old mother of two, just minding her own business, living her life, doing normal human things. But the universe decided to bend her over and absolutely rail her. Out of nowhere, some complete garbage human beings named Ryan Keller and Travis Moore decided to violently beat the brakes off a guy named Dale Mercer over some missing cash. The getaway driver for this absolute clown show was a woman named Shelby Price, who happened to be driving a 1998 silver Honda Accord. Now, standard procedure for a crime like this would be to arrest Shelby. Instead, the universe glitched. It just completely bricked. Erin also happened to have blonde hair, blue eyes, and drove a 1998 silver Honda Accord. Through what I can only assume was the most goofy, incompetent, room temperature IQ police work in human history, the cops looked at Erin and said, "Yup, close enough." She was wrongfully convicted and sent to maximum security prison for 18 years. Let that sink into your skull for a second. She went in at 26 and didn't taste fresh air again until she was 44. Her toddlers, Caleb and Nolan, grew into full-grown, hairy adult men while she was staring at a concrete wall for a crime she didn't even know existed. It is the definition of a monumental tragedy. Now let's talk about her ex-husband, Mark Whitaker. For a while, Mark played the role of the loyal, tragic husband for the cameras. But the reality is, their marriage was already rocky before she got locked up. He stuck around, raised the boys, and did the bare minimum expected of a father. But as the years dragged on, Mark started acting like a total parasite. While Erin is rotting in a cell, Mark decides to sell the family home. He tells her, "Oh, honey, it's just too big and expensive for one person," which sounds logical on paper, but it completely stripped Erin of the one physical anchor she had to her old life.
That's just unacceptable.
Meanwhile, the real plot thickens like bad gravy. Over those 18 years, the actual criminals, Ryan, Travis, and Shelby, were out living their best lives, completely getting away with it. But karma eventually caught up and slapped them across the face. Shelby got popped on a totally separate charge, and during her interrogation, she casually spilled the beans to save her own skin. She admitted that she was the driver back in 2002, and that Erin had absolutely nothing to do with it. The system was forced to admit they completely bricked the case. When Erin finally gets exonerated and walks out at 44 years old, she doesn't want to be a burden. She refuses to crash at Mark's place or cramp her son's style. She chooses to stay in a women's shelter to rebuild her life from absolute zero. And then the check drops. Erin wins a monumental $12 million settlement from the state for stealing 2 decades of her youth. Because Erin is an incredibly decent human being, she decides to throw Mark $1 million as a thank you for raising the boys. She also gives $500,000 to each of her sons. This is where Mark transforms into the ultimate snake. When Mark first gets that $1 million check, he plays it up like an Oscar-winning actor. He's crying, he's hugging her, saying how grateful he is. It's disgusting. But then he finds out the boys got $500,000 each, and his brain completely short circuits. The mask slips, and the real, bitter, entitled goblin underneath comes crawling out.
Did you say $12 million?
Suddenly, $1 million isn't enough. Mark goes completely nuclear. He looks Erin dead in the eyes and tells her he is legally and morally entitled to half of her $12 million. Mark actually hires a bottom-feeding, ambulance-chasing lawyer to draft up a formal demand letter. He threatens to drag Erin into a massive civil court battle, claiming unjust enrichment and demanding $5 million more. He tries to weaponize the legal system against a woman who was just victimized by it for 2 fucking decades. Mark starts whining about how hard he had it. He starts listing chores like he's filling out an invoice. He's complaining about dealing with her parents, paying the electric bill, and carrying the family. He is literally treating his ex-wife's stolen 18 years of life like a business expense he can bill her for.
I'm sorry you can't claim that on your taxes.
At the same time, the 2 sons, Caleb and Nolan, handle their $500,000 with absolute class. They don't go out and buy goofy sports cars. Instead, they pool their money to buy a beautiful, quiet family property, building houses next to each other's. They wanted to give her the home their father stripped away from her. The absolute climax of this entire clown show happens at a family dinner that was supposed to celebrate the boys' new financial security and their mom's new house. Instead, Mark turns it into a hostage situation. He slams a literal itemized spreadsheet onto the table in front of his sons and his ex-wife, right alongside the legal threats from his lawyer. He looks at Erin, a woman who survived nearly 2 decades in a concrete box, and says, "You had a vacation from responsibility while I was doing hard labor." The sons instantly see through the garbage. They lose every single ounce of respect for Mark as a man. Caleb and Nolan stand up, completely towering over their father. Nolan grabs the spreadsheet and the legal papers, rips them into absolute shreds, and throws them right in Mark's face.
Who, me? I have nothing to do with this. I have my own problems.
Then Caleb delivers the ultimate, chilling ultimatum. He looks his father dead in the eyes and says, "If you ever come near our mother again, if you send her one more text, or if your joke of a lawyer handles another piece of paper with her name on it, we aren't going to court. We will handle you ourselves. You are no longer our father. You're a parasite, and we will treat you like one." Mark completely pales. The tough guy act vanishes, and he realizes he has completely nuked his relationship with his entire family over a check. He tried to monetize his wife being falsely imprisoned, and instead, he achieved speed run status for becoming the most hated man in his own lineage. He is left sitting alone at a table with a handful of ripped paper, knowing his own adult sons are ready to completely wreck him if he steps out of line. It is a masterclass in absolute greed and poetic justice. That's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See ya.
I don't know why I do this job. I've seen enough back to you in the studio.